Hello, and welcome to the Indiana Archives and Records Administration's tutorial on the 2022 Updates and New Procedures to State Form 44905, commonly known as the Notice of Destruction Form. My name is Amy Christensen. I am a part of IARA's Records Management Division, and I serve as the Records Management Liaison to county and local government agencies. I will be taking you through these updates and new procedures to the NOD form, and I'll be referring to it as the NOD form throughout this tutorial. Here is an overview of what you, as records custodians, will learn in this tutorial. You will learn what is the SF 44905 and why fill it out. You will receive an explanation of what scheduled records are and retention schedules, the form layout, the updates and new procedures, as well as tips on filling out the form and some examples. So what is the SF 44905 form? The SF 44905 form, commonly known as the Notice of Destruction or NOD form, is exactly that. It is a notice of destruction of county local government records in accordance with an approved retention schedule. The important thing for you as county local records custodians to learn and remember about this notice of destruction form is that it is only to be used for destroying scheduled records. This means the form is to be used to document the destruction of records only listed on an approved county local records retention schedule. Don't know what a retention schedule is? I will explain that later in this tutorial. What if my records aren't listed on a retention schedule, or I can't find my records on a retention schedule? Contact IARA's Records Management Division for help with that. As a records custodian for a county local government agency, you are responsible for maintaining public records properly, which includes following retention schedules and destroying records using a notice of destruction form. Here are some reasons why you should fill out the NOD form. To keep a good records management program, documenting what's gone helps keep track of what you still have. It also supports your response to public records requests for records that you've legally destroyed, and it's the law, according to Indiana Code, paraphrased here. Local government officers shall submit documentation of destruction, transfer, and other disposal of records according to an approved retention schedule. I mentioned that the NOD form is for destroying records on an approved retention schedule. Well, what are retention schedules? Retention schedules are created by IARA to make it as easy as possible for you to manage your records. Schedules list and describe the categories of records commonly created by your office, how long to keep the records in each of those categories, what happens to those records both during and after that time period. There are two major types of county local retention schedules for you to use. There are your office-specific retention schedules and then the county local general retention schedule. An office-specific retention schedule lists all the record series that belong to a general function of county or local government office, rather than any specific county, city, or other political subdivision. An example would be the non-judicial county clerk's office-specific retention schedule. The county clerk's schedule applies to all county clerks in Indiana, not just one specific county clerk. Similarly, public libraries have an office-specific retention schedule. It applies to all public libraries across the state of Indiana. The County Local General Retention Schedule can be used by any county local government agency. It contains broad and common record series that can apply to all units of county or local government, not just one specific office. This means that county clerks and public libraries, along with county recorders, public schools, and any other county local government agency, can use this general schedule. Please note that not all county local government agencies have office-specific retention schedules. But when looking at retention schedules to identify your records, always start with your office-specific retention schedule, if you have one. Then look at the County Local General Retention Schedule. And if you have any issues finding your records on either of those schedules, please contact IARA's Records Management Division. I mentioned that retention schedules have record series. Let's discuss what record series are briefly. Record series are the categories of records making up a retention schedule. Each record series contains a description of what records fall into it and instructions for what to do with them. Like a dictionary has definitions, retention schedules have record series, each of which has a unique identifying number. The record series number begins with an alphabetic prefix showing which record's retention schedule it belongs to. A space follows, then a set of digits indicating the year the record series was added to that schedule, then a dash, then a set of digits indicating the order in which the record series was added that year. I've provided an example here, CL 10-17. CL stands for clerks, so this record series is on the non-judicial county clerks retention schedule. The 10 stands for the year it was created, so 2010, and 17 stands for it being the 17th record series created in that year. Like was stated on the previous slide, record series are what make up retention schedules. Beyond the record series number, which was just discussed on the previous slide, record series also have a title and description and a retention and disposition instructions included in them. See the example on the slide. Continuing to use the record series CL 10-17 from the non-judicial county clerk's office-specific retention schedule. For CL 10-17, the title and description are as follows. The title is Bail Agent License / Power of Attorney. The description is short here. It only contains the Indiana code which the retention is based on, but other record series may have more detailed descriptions. You'll also see the retention period or disposition instructions, which include destroy 3 years after expiration of license. Make sure to pay attention to the retention and disposition instructions, commonly known as the retention period. The retention period instructions may include format conversion instructions, information on how long the records need to remain, and what finally happens to your records after their retention period is over. This information in the retention period is crucial when filling out the Notice of Destruction form and when not to. The form, the NOD form, should be filled out at the end of your record's retention period. Now that we understand what record series and retention schedules are, let's return to understanding the NOD form in more detail. To fill out the NOD form properly, it would be important to understand the form layout. specifically its name and form information. Every form created by the state of Indiana by IARA's Forms Management Division has a standardized layout. In the top left corner of the form, you will see the State Seal of Indiana with the form's official title. In this case, the NOD form has the State Seal of Indiana and its full title, along with something in parentheses below. When abbreviated, SF stands for State Form, and the number 44905 means it's the 44,905th State Form created by IARA's Forms Management Division. And what does the information in parentheses mean? The R stands for revision, and the 9 means it is the 9th revision to that state form. The 6-22 means it was updated in June of 2022. As you already know, the SF 44905 has two nicknames. It's commonly known as the Notice of Destruction form, or the NOD for short. Here is the full layout of the NOD form. There are 4 main sections: the instructions, the contact information, the record series information, and lastly, the destruction information. Here are some tips for filling out the NOD form. Always provide accurate contact information. Include the most updated contact information for your agency's records custodian, so that if IARA or your County Commission of Public Records have questions, they can contact you. Provide the correct record series number for your records. Make sure to review your office-specific retention schedule, if you have one, and the County Local General Retention Schedule for your records. If you can't find your record series number on either of these schedules, please reach out to IARA's Records Management Division for help with this. And always make sure to sign and date accordingly. Fill out the destruction information section on the form after you've destroyed your records. The date signed should match or come after the date records destroyed. As I mentioned, the first section of the form is the instructions. The instructions were updated and recently simplified in June of 2022. Reading the instructions before filling out the form will always help you, and following the instructions in the order provided will help you navigate the form properly to the different sections. I'd also suggest rereading the instructions after filling out the form to ensure you didn't miss anything. Of course, reach out to IARA's Records Management Division if you need any guidance. The next section is the contact information section. In the instructions, it says to complete all contact and record series information fields. So the contact information section will be the first section you fill out on this NOD form. If you are handwriting the form, please print legibly, or you can use the fillable PDF option on the computer and type the information. Also, give up-to-date information. Make sure your contact person is your records custodian or the person filling out the form. Once all the contact information fields are completed, your next step is to fill out the record series information section. Now is time to complete the record series information section. There are 4 columns in this section. there are the record series title of records to be destroyed, date range of records, the record series number, and volume. When filling out these columns, please be descriptive. The first column is the record series title of records to be destroyed. Describe your record in detail or give the title from the record series itself. Then, in the second column, give an accurate date range of your records, including the month and year. The next column, record series number, is often skipped by agencies, but as you can see, this is required. If you are having trouble finding your record series number on your office-specific retention schedule or on the county local general retention schedule, please reach out to IARA's Records Management Division for help with this. Lastly, the volume column. This is the volume of records you are requesting to destroy, whether that is boxes, folders, terabytes, or by pieces of paper. Here is an example of a record series information. Let's say you are a county clerk and you have 5 boxes of expired bail agent licenses dating from January 2000 to December 2010 that you would like to destroy. You are starting to fill out your NOD form and you've gotten to the record series information. This is how you would fill out the record series information section. In the first column, you would put the title of the form, so expired bail agent licenses. The date range of records would be from January 2000 to December 2010. Your record series number is CL10-17, and your volume is 5 boxes. Having looked at the record series on the retention schedule, CL10-17 can be destroyed 3 calendar years after expiration of license. So always double check your date range of records matches your retention period. In this case, CL10-17 has a 3-year retention, so our date ranges match up. You, as the records custodian, are responsible for ensuring that the date range of records matches the retention period of your records listed on the Notice of Destruction form. Double-checking the date range of records and understanding retention periods will help you fulfill your legal requirement toward those records and make sure that no records are accidentally disposed of improperly or too soon. Continuing with the example of CL10-17, if it is currently the year 2022, here are the correct and incorrect date ranges for your record series number. As we know, CL10-17 has a 3-year retention period. So if your records date from 2000 to 2010, it has been at least 3 years since then. So correct, you can destroy those records using an NOD form. If you were trying to destroy records from 2022, the current year in this scenario, well, incorrect. No, it has not been 3 years since 2022, and you cannot destroy those records yet, according to the retention period. To reiterate, be cognizant of your record's retention period and the date range of the records you are looking to destroy. And please reach out to IARA's Records Management Division for help with the record series information section of the NOD form. Although IARA no longer gives approval to NOD forms per the new procedures set in June of 2022, we are still available to review the NOD form anytime requested. So send a copy of your NOD form to email address cty@iara.in.gov for review, and we will get back to you as soon as we can. The next step is to destroy the records and complete the destruction information section. So how do I destroy my records? The most common way to destroy records is by shredding, but you can also incinerate, recycle, or trash the records depending on the information included in the record. Many counties in Indiana will host shred days where multiple county local agencies gather together with their records and shred all in one day. Be aware, if you have records with confidential information on them, make sure to destroy those in a confidential manner like shredding. How do I know if my records are confidential? Public records are considered confidential or partially confidential because they contain the personnel or medical information of other citizens, business information classified as a trade secret, legal information that falls under attorney-client privilege, and other information declared classified by law, usually for safety reasons. Once you've destroyed your records, the next step is to complete the destruction information section of the form. After you destroyed your records, you will fill out the last section of the NOD form, the destruction information section. Please sign and print your name, include the date the records were destroyed, and the date you signed the form if those two are different. Now your notice of destruction form is complete, and the final step to completing this process is to send the form to your County Commission of Public Records and file a copy of this form in your own office's records storage. The last instruction on the NOD form says, send one copy of the completed form to the Secretary of your County Commission of Public Records for inclusion in the minutes of their next meeting, and retain one copy for your records. The Secretary of your County Commission of Public Records is always either the county clerk or recorder in your county. You will keep the completed NOD form in your records according to Gen 20-01 on the General Retention Schedule. This is a permanent record series, which means you must keep the NOD form permanently. Now that we have walked through the updated Notice of Destruction form and its new procedures, you may notice there is a few procedures missing. So you no longer have to submit your NOD form for approval by IARA. You, as the records custodian, are responsible for filling out the form correctly. So you no longer submit the form for approval to IARA. And you no longer need to wait 30 days before destruction. You can destroy records immediately after filling out the form and verifying the form is correct. If you would like IARA to review your form before you destroy your records, we would be happy to do that. Please contact us at the email on the slide. I wanted to include some commonly asked questions I get from county local government agencies that may help you with your records management needs and help you determine the need for filling out the NOD form. I'll give you 3 examples and talk you through them right now. The first example is, I have a bunch of old records. Can I destroy them? Here are the questions you should ask yourself. What type of records do you have? What is the type of information on the record? Or what is the content of your record? In order to destroy those old records, you need to know what their retention period is. Retention periods can be found on retention schedules listed in the record series. So in order to determine the retention period, you need to know the type of information and the content of your record, which will help you find that record series and retention period. So once you understand what your record is, you will review your office-specific retention schedule, if you have one, and the county local general retention schedule. Reviewing these schedules will help you find what record series your records are covered under. And if you can't find your records on either of these schedules, please reach out to IARA's Records Management Division for help. You can find the county local retention schedules on IARA's website under Services for Government, then the tab County Local Retention Schedules. Example number 2 is, I work for a city and I've got time cards from the years 1980 to 1999. Can I destroy these records? Since this person works for a city, they would review their office-specific retention schedule first, so the cities and towns retention schedule. If they don't find time cards on there, they will turn to review the county local general retention schedule. Time cards are covered on the General Retention Schedule under Record Series Gen 10-11. The retention period states, destroy after 10 years and after receipt of State Board of Accounts audit report and satisfaction of unsettled charges. So yes, this city could destroy these records, these time cards from 1980 to 1999 if they have had a State Board of Accounts audit and it has been 10 years. So they would fill out a notice of destruction form to destroy these records. My example number 3 is, my email inbox is running out of space. Do I need to keep emails? So email is a type of format, not the actual public record itself. A public record is defined by the type of information included in it. That information will determine its retention and disposition, not necessarily the format as an email. But we can tell you most emails are covered under the County Local General Retention Schedule, specifically the record series Gen 10-03 or Gen 10-04. For more information on retaining email records, please see our new publication, email tutorial, or reference publications on our website. So the bottom line with the Notice of Destruction form, find the best strategy that works for you, because that will give you the most success at filling out the Notice of Destruction form correctly and the least amount of time spent reviewing retention schedules. Always, always, always don't be afraid to ask for help. Nobody was born knowing how to read a records retention schedule, not even your friends at IARA. If you get stuck trying to figure out which record series applies to a particular record, you can always get more information from IARA's Records Management Division, specifically your county local liaison, Amy Christensen, myself. You can contact us at the email provided, cty@iara.in.gov. Thank you for listening to IARA's tutorial on the State Form 44905 and its updates and new procedures from 2022. Again, my name is Amy Christensen and I am your Records Management Liaison. If you'd like to find a copy of the NOD form, please visit our website at iara.in.gov, or you can also contact me directly by phone or email to receive the NOD form. If calling, please leave a voicemail and I will return your call as quickly as I can. We at the Indiana Archives and Records Administration appreciate your time and look forward to working with you to improve your records management at the county local level. Until next time.